As you consider what healing truly means, you might notice something simple yet profound. Your most important job, it isn't to provide all the answers. Instead, it's to hold the space. And that's where the magic happens. What would it be like if you could simply be present, calm and confident, allowing the other person to find their own path forward? Think about it. The space you hold, it doesn't require you to have all the answers. It only requires you to stay grounded, strong and unwavering. And as you remain that way, something shifts within them. They begin to question their old beliefs. They start to confront what they avoided for so long. Now notice how often people, they try to break their own flow. It's almost like an automatic response. The moment something important comes up, they try to run away, interrupt their own thoughts, push away their own feelings. Why? Because deep down there's a fear of asking the wrong questions, a fear of digging too deep into the past. They don't want to experience the pain that could come with facing something that they've been avoiding. But here's the thing. They don't need to be afraid of that pain. They need to feel it. They need to confront it. And that's where you come in. Your job is to hold that space with calm strength. You don't need to force anything. You simply need to encourage them to face what they've been running from. You might even gently push them, just enough for them to realize, oh, I've been avoiding this for so long. What if the simple act of holding the space, without judgment, without fear, could help them to see their own limitations from new perspectives? What if by just staying calm, confident and grounded, you could help them to unlock those stuck thoughts, those stuck energies that have kept them trapped in their own patterns? And the beauty of it is, as soon as they start questioning themselves, they begin to see the flaws in their own logic. Once they do that, the self-correcting mechanisms inside, they automatically kick in. Isn't it amazing how that works? You don't need to fix anything. You just need to get them to question their own assumptions. And the best part, you can't mess it up. The process is automatic. Once they start questioning, it's like setting a ball rolling down a hill. It gains momentum on its own. All you need to do is give that little push. Once it's rolling, everything just falls into place naturally. Think about how powerful it is to stay grounded in the face of their resistance. Imagine being the calm presence in the storm, the steady force that allows them to unravel their own blocks. You hold the space, stay confident in yourself, and allow them to see patterns they've been running from. It's not about doing the work for them. It's about showing them they have everything they need inside them to heal. You're simply helping them to recognize that truth. And if they begin to explore these parts of themselves, you'll notice how they start to make connections, shift perspectives, and see things in a completely new light. The answers don't come from you. They come from them. You're not here to solve their problems. You're here to help them uncover their own solutions. What's fascinating is, as you remain calm, grounded and confident, you help them trust the process. You show them that they're safe to confront what they've been avoiding. And as they dig deeper into their own past, into their own feelings, they'll unlock the very resources that they've always had. The resources that were buried, waiting to be discovered. And those resources, they'll lead to their own self-correction. So as you hold that space and stay confident in your own presence, you'll notice how the healing begins. They'll start to ask themselves the questions they've been avoiding. They'll start to see the truth of their own patterns, their own beliefs, their own limitations. And as that happens, they'll naturally begin to unlock the very solutions they need. The process is self-correcting. All you need to do is encourage them to start questioning. Think about how amazing it is to simply trust the process, to let them explore their own thoughts and feelings, knowing that they have the resources inside themselves to heal. You're not fixing them. You're creating the conditions for them to heal themselves. Once you start to notice how easily they begin to see their own flaws, their own limiting beliefs, you'll realise how simple it is to help them to unlock those patterns. You don't need to force anything. You just need to guide them to question, to explore, and to see things from new angles. That's all it takes. Imagine how powerful it is when you realise that you can hold the space and remain calm, confident and grounded, knowing by doing so you're helping someone unlock their own healing process. The moment they start questioning their assumptions, they begin to see the truth within themselves, and the healing process starts to unfold, effortlessly, automatically. So remember, your job isn't to fix anything. Your job is to hold a space, remain confident, allow them to discover their own answers. Once you start to understand the power of this simple act, you'll realise healing doesn't have to be complicated. It's all about holding the space for someone to heal themselves. As they begin to see their own patterns and limitations, something inside them will click. They'll realise the answers, they're always with them. They'll unlock their own self-correcting mechanisms, and the healing process will unfold on its own. All you need to do is encourage them to question. Encourage them to look within, and the rest will take care of itself.